We're here to talk about Rich, because as you guys know, in my last stream, we talked about Rich, a content creator who has kind of been on a bit of a downward spiral, which is sad to see, honestly, because Rich from ReviewTechUSA is a content creator that I looked up to when I was a small creator. I really enjoyed his content. He was a great source of gaming news. And he's a creator that I wasn't necessarily friends with, but we were friendly in the past.
Thanks
and
for the
overall,
biddies
he just
you
seemed
have
like a
been sending.
genuinely nice dude.
Gemini Saga 1111 cheered X 100 bits.
Thank you.
Bits for Daddy Tip.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for those biddies. Tippy loves his biddies for sure. His Tigo biddies. All right. So, you know, we talked about his kind of downward spiral. He recently deleted his channel. He had a falling out with his editor and longtime friend, and he just hasn't been making the best decisions. And initially when I covered this, I talked about how, like, I had a lot of empathy for him and how, you know, I thought maybe he's just not mentally well. And, you know, maybe that's why he's making so many bad decisions. Then he does a stream where he calls a friend of mine, Becky Boop, a whore for 5.5 hours. Basically accuses her of being a liar because she shared some of her bad experiences with him when they dated. And just kind of genuinely being a bit of a piece of shit. It just seems like every time I turn around, this guy's burning a bridge with someone else, and he's going to keep doing so until he has nobody left. And it seems like that's kind of where he's at now. In fact, one of the funny things I thought was interesting is on that last stream, he said he was going to take a hiatus from the internet and, you know, basically like focus on his life and stuff. And he'll come back during the election. He wanted to come back and do a stream during the election. Okay, didn't take him very long to go back on that. Apparently he recently had a stream, and he's doing a stream again, or he did a stream again tonight. And when I tuned into the stream, he's going in on Minxie1, which my understanding was that him and Minxie1 were on good terms or whatever. And it just seems like he's burning another bridge. Like, look, here's the thing with like me and Minxie1. Minxie1 and I, we haven't talked in quite some time. She decided she didn't want to associate with me anymore when I got into my own drama and stuff, and that's fine. You know, she can make that decision if she wants. But like, Rich is just always burning bridges with people. Constantly. Like, every time I turn around, he's burning a bridge with someone else. And he apparently, like, challenged me to a debate when, you know, I did the last stream on him. He said that he wanted to debate me. It was actually Diorio who reached out to me and said he wants to debate you. And I'm like, I don't really see the value in that, so I don't see what's the point. But he challenged me to a debate again tonight. And this time I said, all right, how do I call in? So I called in. We did have a conversation. I don't know if I'd go as far as to call it a debate. It kind of just seemed like I was trying to speak some, like, reasoning into him, trying to explain to him like why his decision to delete his channel and go down the path he's going down right now is not a good one. But for some reason, like, he just wanted to deflect the whole time and try to make it about like past controversies about me and stuff like that. It just seems like the whole conversation was just him trying to deflect away from anything I had to say. But I do have the conversation here, so we're going to take a look at that. We're going to listen in, kind of give some commentary as we go along, and I'm also going to play some video games, because why the hell not, chat? Why the hell not? It's a Friday night, and it feels so right to play some video games while listening to me talk to Rich. So, does that sound like a good time to you guys, chat? Let me get some ones in the chat if that sounds like a good time to you all. Doing some gaming, listening to Rich have a meltdown again, and just genuinely having a good time. Let me know what you guys think about that. Okay, looks like y'all are vibing with that. So let me go ahead and start my game. I'm gaming. Nice. I will be joining you on the gaming in a second here. We'll do original mode. I do see some clamoring for Claire. Okay, we'll do a Claire run. Why not? But while we do that, we're going to listen to Rich and my conversation with him, and I'll just kind of give my thoughts on how that conversation went as we go along. So without further ado, actually, let me get into the actual gameplay here. Without further ado, here we go.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Rich. How's it going, buddy?
It's going good. So what's up, man? What can I talk to you about?
Dude, what are you doing? You do these live streams like every fucking night and you just make yourself look like a goddamn clown.
How am I making myself look like a clown here? By all means, explain to me how.
Over here, like, spending hours on stream, coping and seething, just making yourself look like a retard, dude. Like, how do you think this is helping you in your current situation?
Everyone else is making money off my name. Why can't I?
I mean, like, that. I mean, it's just weird, right? Because he's like criticized so many other like lolcow types in the past for doing this sort of thing, right? Like, he would criticize DSP for this. He would criticize, various other people for engaging in this kind of behavior, right? And like now he's doing it, and it's like it's cool because it's him or whatever. Like, this guy has gone on and on for years about how like you shouldn't feed the trolls, and that's exactly what he's doing. So when people are critical of him for engaging in this kind of behavior, he's just like, well, I don't see what's the big deal. Like, I should be able to do this if I want to. It's like, yeah, sure you can. But like, people are going to be like, bro, like, what the fuck? You're just making yourself look like an ass. Especially when you're going on stream practically every night and picking fights with people. Like, of course, people are going to have something to say about it, I mean, fair, sure, like, get your bag or whatever, but like, I don't understand why you think it's a good idea to make yourself look like a clown like this.
This is not making me look like a clown.
Like, the majority of the people in the chat are here just to shit on you, bro.
The majority of people in my chat are coming from other channels.
His whole chat was just like shitting on him. Like, at this point, like, Rich's whole audience is just, well, I wouldn't say his whole audience. He does have some supporters in the chat, to be fair. But like, I would go as far as to say that at least 80% of his chat is just hate viewers. And I'm sorry, like, at that point, what's the point even? To just have like people show up to your stream just to shit on you. I'm sorry, I don't see the value in that.
If you know what I mean. You know that. Come on.
Like, I don't understand what you think this is gonna accomplish, dude. Because like, look, I had empathy for you because you clearly you weren't in a great mental headspace because of what was going on with your daughter, and like, obviously. By the way, how's the audio levels, chat? Is the video too loud or is it too quiet? Let me know, chat.
Pause. Follow up with that. This has nothing to do with that. Don't do the boilerplate shit. What does me?
No, I'm just talking about because like I had empathy for you, and then the other day you start like throwing jabs at me for no fucking reason. I'm like, what the fuck did I do?
Dude, you went on and simped and we're going, I know Becky Boop because you don't know her at
all.
No,
you started talking shit before I went on that.
Dude,
this is like a really like brain dead like internet people take that like anytime anybody that's a dude is like friends with like a woman, then they're simping. Or anytime somebody goes to bat for a woman, they're like simping. Like, sometimes people are just like friends and they're just like friendly with each other. Like, I think it's a very kind of fucked up view of like women if you think that anybody who ever engages with a woman, they're just like trying to get in their pants or something. Like, it's a very like caveman brained fucking take or whatever. But I don't know. Also, does like everybody forget that I'm like queer? Like, does that mean that any like dude I engage with too, like, I'm trying to fuck them too? Or does like the whole fact that I'm queer not really fit the narrative, so they just ignore that part? I don't know. Fucking stream.
No,
the reason I went on that stream is because you started talking shit, bro. This is what you do, is you just like randomly burn bridges with like everyone, and you just make yourself look like an asshole. This is why you don't have anyone left.
Can I talk, you fat fuck?
Sure. I was still making my point. I noticed this, so I went back and watched it later. But like he made it seem like I kept talking over him. I'd be in the middle of making a point, and then he'd want to like yell over me. Like, that's not talking over you. That's you talking over me and not letting me finish my point. Go ahead. What do you got to say, bro? Rich is talking crap about Camelot. Rich just talks crap about anyone at this point. This is why he has no one left, because he just goes around like shitting on everybody. And then he wonders why nobody fucking likes him, because he's a clown that just picks fights with every fucking person and burns every bridge he has until he has no one left. What do you got to say?
You were on there simping for her before I even said anything.
I was simping? I was simping?
That's all you do.
That's all I do?
You were like, I know she's.
You also
going to
tell me about how I cheat on my wife? Is that what you're going to tell me next?
Well, you hit on everyone on God's green earth with your wife.
I hit on people. Okay, so you bought into the bullshit that a bunch. This is like a really stupid point because like he's doing what like so many other people on the internet have done is they take like these obvious jokes that I made with friends, jokes that I still make with close friends who are comfortable with that kind of humor, by the way, but like these jokes that I make with obvious friends and like twist it into like you're like flirting with girls and stuff like that, which is not fucking true. Okay. By that same logic, when he makes gay jokes about his friends, about how he wants to like touch tips with them and stuff like that, does that mean that that's true? Like when him and Jay were friends and they were talking about wanting to like fuck each other, does that mean that that's true, that you really want to sleep with Jay? Like, of course not. Well, I don't know. Maybe he does. But as far as we know, that's not true. It's just like a joke between them. And everybody understands that that's a joke, right? And he expects people to understand that it's a joke. But like when other people do similar humor, then all of a sudden it's not a joke anymore. Like it's a genuine thing. You're like flirting with these people. You want to sleep with these people. Like it's fucking retarded, dude. It's just really fucking dumb. Of retards on the internet said, and you just like parroted it like
I bought into the actual.
Also, what does this have to do with the conversation? Like I came on to try and like my whole point in this conversation was to try and talk some sense into him about like, bro, you're really fucking it up and like you're making some bad decisions right now. Like you need to log off and like figure your shit out. That was the whole point of this. But instantly he goes to like deflecting away from what I'm actually trying to say, to make it about, oh, well, you cheat on your wife and you simp with e-girls and you do this and that. And it's just like, bro, like actually listen to what I'm trying to say and address what I'm trying to say. Stop fucking deflecting. Is that his whole strategy every time? Is to just deflect? Because every argument that I've ever seen him get into with somebody on live stream, that's what he does. He just deflects away from what's being said. It's really Weasley and pathetic. He's kind of a Weasley little liar like that.
What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude.
Receipts. So you're okay, so pause. If you're going with that mindset, you're buying into the bullshit about me? So that makes you a
what is there to buy into? Your meltdowns are happening publicly on a live stream for everyone to see. There's nothing to buy into. You're putting it out on the internet yourself. You're making an ass of yourself in front of everyone. There's nothing to buy into. You did this to yourself. What is there to buy into? Like, you literally are doing all this shit on the internet for everyone to see, making yourself look like a fucking moron, dude.
How am I making myself look like a moron, refuting what people are talking about me?
You lose your mind and have mental breakdowns every fucking night on stream. You delete your channel because, like, I don't know, you're bitching that, like, you don't get enough views or stuff anymore. Your channel died because of you, bro. Yeah, apparently Rich is streaming right now, and he went off on Minxie one earlier. He went off on me because he challenged me to call in, and he didn't expect me to actually call in, which I did. I did call in. He was going off on Minxie one. He went off on me, and now he's going off on Camelot. Like, what the fuck, dude? You're literally burning every bridge until you have no one fucking left.
Stop talking and let me finish. First off, you don't know the reasons that I deleted my channel.
So what was the reason? Tell me what the reason was then.
I'm not telling you live on stream. There's a reason besides getting the channel taken down, but which would have fucked me, that I got rid of it. I wasn't using it for anything anymore.
What could be so bad that you can't talk about it on stream?
Because I don't want it to happen to this fucking live stream channel. Really, Tipster? You coming on here with bravado when you would simp for anyone with a vagina.
Type it in the chat then. You don't have to say it on stream. Type it in the chat. It doesn't have to be public for anybody. Tell me in the chat. Type it in. We're in the Discord chat. You can type it privately.
Here.
I won't say anything. Which, by the way, for the record, he apparently he leaked the reason. He made it such a big deal that, like, share this with me in private, and I can't say anything or whatever, right? And he ended up leaking it on his own fucking stream. So I guess I could talk about it now, since he leaked it on his own stream like a dumbass. But essentially, he told me some shit about, like, basically being worried that the channel would, like, get demonetized. And because, like, the channel gets demonetized, he can't monetize another channel. Which isn't true, by the way. Just because you have one channel demonetized, it doesn't mean you can not monetize another one. When I got demonetized back in 2019 or 2020, I had a second channel that was monetized. And I didn't have any issues with it whatsoever. And there's been plenty of other people who have multiple channels monetized, while another one gets demonetized. So I don't know where he gets that from. but like he was worried about it getting demonetized for invalid clicks, and that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you be concerned about something like that resulting in your channel getting demonetized? The only way that would be the case is if he was like, I don't know, botting his own channel or something, which I don't think he'd be stupid enough to do. I see some people saying that they think that's the reason why, and I don't know, maybe it is. I doubt it, but like, I don't know. That's the only reason. That would be something that you'd have to be concerned about, but okay, whatever you say, dude. Oh, and then he also like coped and claimed that since 2019, streaming is his main source of income. And it's just, I X to doubt. Maybe in more recent times he makes more money, but I doubt since 2019 streaming has been his main source of income. Like, that just doesn't even make sense.
You really won't say anything?
No, I swear. Well, I didn't have to because he leaked it himself. I didn't have to leak it. He leaked it himself. I swear to God, I won't say anything. This is basically bullying at this point, which is also a violation of YouTube's terms of service and policies. Are you talking about what Rich is doing? Because he was literally like shitting on like Minxie One, like a creator who's significantly smaller than he is. Like, and as far as I know, she's never been like anything but nice to him. She apparently decided to like distance herself from him as well, but she didn't make a big spectacle of it or whatever. My understanding is she just kind of went her own way. And it's just like his response was to like shit on her, but whatever. Yeah, exactly. Fair. We threw all this fucking effort to tell me in private, and he ended up leaking it himself. What a dumbass.
One of a few reasons.
So if that was a concern of yours, and I won't say what you told me, why not just hide the channel instead of like privating it? Because the thing is like, or instead of deleting it.
Because I said this before too. It was a part of my past. I was never going to go back to it, and I wanted to move on from it. And but at least, like, if you hide it, right? Like, let's say later down the line, for some reason, you just like, you know what, I want to bring the channel back. Like, then you can bring it back. No, but like,
see, that's like my biggest thing, right? Is because I feel like on some degree he's just mentally not in a good headspace, where he's not like thinking straight, right? This is my thought process. Is I don't think he's thinking straight, and he's making very rash decisions on the fly because he's not in a good mental headspace, right? So my view on this, like I showed you guys in the previous, stream that we did on this or whatever, you could private a channel, okay? You can hide it from public view. All the videos are hidden. The channel's hidden, everything. The content's still there, right? The content is still there, but like the channel is hidden from public view, okay? So why not just do that? Because at least that way, if, 1 month goes down the line, 2 months goes down the line, 3, 4, et cetera, you get the point. If he decides, oh shit, I kind of like screwed up. I kind of want to bring the channel back. That way, if he hides the channel, he can bring it back. He can bring it back. No problem. Even with his concern about getting demonetized or whatever, he says you can't like get it remonetized. Like, you totally can. I've been demonetized twice, and I got my channel remonetized both fucking times, okay? So you can get a channel remonetized. But even if that's a concern, he can bring the channel back. If it does get demonetized, he can work hard towards getting it remonetized again, and then he'd be fine. He'd be up and running again. But the way he did it, like, if he decides to change his mind, he's fucked. Like, the channel's gone. There's no bringing it fucking back. Like, it's just a very irrational... it's not a rational decision to make. I don't know what his thought process is. I can only come to the conclusion that he's not in a good headspace, and that's why he's deciding this.
I already talked to Tommy C about this. We agreed. Once your channel's dead, it's dead. Tommy C said the same thing.
I don't buy that. I mean, I've seen some channels, they've like fallen off and they've been able to come back. Even my channel, if you look at my recent metrics, it's a slow process, but I'm starting to come back again. I've been putting in the work. I'm grinding with my streams. I'm putting out content fairly consistently. And you look at my views and like, they're not as high as they used to be, but they're starting to go back up again. As long as you're consistent, you build yourself a new audience, you put in the work, you can rebuild a channel again. You can absolutely fucking do it. Is it hard? Yes. Is it time consuming? Yes. Is it going to require a lot of hard work? Abso-fucking-lutely. But if you care enough, you put in the work and you make it fucking happen. Like, my thing is, I'm looking at this and I'm like, bro, like, this guy's got mouths to feed with kids and stuff. Like, he also takes care of his family who lives with him, his parents. Like, how are you going to take care of these people when you literally just threw your main source of income out the fucking window? And why? It doesn't make sense.
So stop it. That's not how it works, dude. What is it?
See, the funny thing is, like, you know, I didn't delete my channel when I went through all the shit I went through. Yeah, it was rough or whatever, but I didn't delete my channel. My channel's still here, okay? There were times when I thought about walking away from YouTube and just moving on, but ultimately, even if I were to make that choice, I'd leave the channel there, because if I ever decided I wanted to come back, the channel's still there, and I can come back, right? Rich doesn't have that now. He just threw it the fuck away, and it's insane to me. You know, at least with me, if I were to do something drastic like that, I have a job outside of this YouTube shit, okay? This YouTube shit has never been my main source of income, even when my channel was somewhat successful. It was never my main source of income. So, like, if I were to delete my channel, which obviously I didn't, at least I would be fine. This is Rich's job. It's been Rich's job for 15 fucking years or something like that, right? So, like, what is he going to do now? You know? Go get a job at McDonald's and put the fucking fries in the bag? Like, I don't understand. I really don't understand the rationale in this decision.
So you're just, what you're saying is you're not willing to put in the effort to try and, like, rebuild your channel.
I'm putting my effort into other things that you don't have to worry
because
about.
Like I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at my own metrics and I'm seeing differently. It's a slow process to rebuild a channel for sure, but, like, I'm rebuilding a channel with my own.
Trying to go say that I remember having many conversations about you throwing in the towel and how you would go about doing that. I don't think you ever mentioned deleting your channel or content. No, never. That was never in the cards. That was never in the cards. If I left YouTube, the channel would stay there. Because, one, like I said, if I decided I wanted to come back, the channel's still there, and I could just come back. And even if I decide not to come back, hey, the channel's still there, and whatever videos were publicly available, people can still watch them. Like, it's there, but I don't know. It's fucking weird.
Like, new audience or whatever. Like, you can do it. It takes time and a lot of hard fucking work, but it can be done.
But I don't give a shit about doing that anymore.
So you're just willing to, like, turn your back on all your fans that help you grow your platform just because
no, you're gaslighting and saying that's
not gaslighting.
How does he think that? Does he know what gaslighting is? How is me telling him he's turning his back on his fans by nuking the channel? How is that gaslighting? Can somebody explain that rationale to me? Because that doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't think you know what that word means. Do you know what the word gaslighting means, dude?
Dude, but you're saying that I don't care about my fans, so I don't want to make YouTube videos anymore.
No, but, like, you could have at least, like, left the channel there for, like, them to, like, watch the videos later. Or, like I said, even if you wanted to, like, maybe you said you had your problems, your concerns that you expressed to me in DMs here with the channel. Why not just hide it? And then, like I said, okay, let's put it this way. A few months goes by and you decide, oh shit, I really fucked up. I probably shouldn't have deleted the channel.
Yep.
You can't go back now. But if you hid the channel, you could go back if you decided to go back.
Tips.
You see what I mean?
But no, I don't, because I don't care about that channel. And after I tried doing several things with it and it didn't work out, I knew it was time to move on.
I genuinely think, like, you're, like, I don't know what's going on. You're mentally unwell or something, so you're not making, like, very good decisions. I honestly feel like, you know, a few months goes by and you're going to regret this, dude. I really, truly feel that way.
Okay, your feelings, you also feel that Becky Boop is a great person. So your feelings...
I mean, everything is a deflection with him. He can't ever stay on point with what I'm trying to say to him. Because, again, I didn't come on this stream to shit on him. I didn't come on this stream to pick a fight with him. I wanted to try and speak some sense into him. But you can't have a rational conversation with him, because anytime you start to get to a point where, like, you're making sense and the audience sees that you're making sense, he just deflects to something completely unrelated. It's fucking insanity. I don't know why I thought I was going to get anything other than this result for him, because every conversation he's had up to this point goes like this.
Yeah, her and I have been friends for, like, a long time. So
you were friends with Keffels. How'd that go?
Keffels is not even creating content anymore. She's left the content creator sphere. She doesn't stream anymore. She doesn't make YouTube content. She doesn't even do, like, the Scared Awake thing anymore. How does this woman live so rent-free in everybody's heads when she's not even around anymore? It's fucking insane.
I heard you on the other day on stream say that we're not friends anymore, and that's not true.
But how did that go for you? How did that go for your reputation? You could still be.
I don't care. I don't care about what it did for my reputation. At the end of the day, like who I have a relationship with, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about it.
Well, the rest
some of us don't. Some of us don't give a shit what like the internet thinks about us.
Well, apparently
that's the craziest thing too, is because like he went on for years talking about how like you need to just not give a fuck about what the internet thinks about you. You need to just focus on your own shit, and then like once you do your own content or whatever it is you're working on, just log off and like go into the real world and exist or whatever. But now that like he's the one in the hot seat, he just can't stop engaging, and then he tries to deflect to like, oh, well, clearly you care about this thing. It's like when you try to tell him like, no, I don't actually, you know, I do my thing on the internet. And then when I leave, when I'm done, I log off, which is exactly what you used to say you should do. And now you're apparently doesn't apply to you anymore. You can't practice what you preach, but yeah, I don't know.
But so you just saying, hey, you know, she's a scam artist. I'm still gonna work with her.
I don't know what's up with your mic, but you sound like really far away. I can't even like barely hear you,
dude. Like, yeah. Point being, I didn't have my mic down. My apologies. I was used to talking through this. You have zero legs to stand on with this, dude. It doesn't. My choices for how I took my.
I don't know, man. I'm not the one who deleted my channel. My channel still exists.
Damn. That hits harder. That hits harder when I listen to it back than it did in the moment. But it's true. Like, what is he trying to say? That I don't have any leg to stand on? I'm literally not the one who deleted my channel. You did. You did that. My channel's still here. And I'm actually putting in the work to try and rebuild my channel. And it's a slow process, but it's working. I'm finding a new audience that has similar interests as me. I'm going in a new direction with my content, and slowly but surely, I'm rebuilding. You deleted your channel, and it's gone now. There is no rebuilding to do. I didn't make that same mistake. So what are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about?
That's cool. That's great. Congratulations on keeping your channel. Did you ever get to 1 million subs?
I never wanted to get to 1 million subs.
He's just like trying to flex numbers now. Oh yeah, well, I had 1 million subs and you didn't. So what? You don't have it anymore because you threw it the fuck away. What does it matter that you used to have 1 million subs when you don't anymore because you threw it away? Tipster with Rich. If you're not saying something that Rich likes, he will go balls to the wall on you, because that's how narcissists work in that way, because they know they're right. And not most of the time. I think you mean like they in their mind they know they're right, but they're not actually right. I think that's what you're trying to say. Yeah, pretty much.
I wasn't trying to become like YouTube famous or whatever. I was just
you deleted a 1 million sub channel. Quite the flex, my guy.
Enjoying a hobby that I had.
Listen, you put up a
not everybody's motivated by fame and money and stuff like that. Some of us just make content because we like to make content.
So
the money's just a bonus.
Can I? Why do people never let me talk when I'm about to make a point? So is that why you put up a disingenuous fake pro LGBTQ video where you were drinking and saluting to Dylan Mulvaney, which was like the worst acting
It was
ever?
fake.
But it's too dangerous for her to stay here alone. Leon, I'll go look for her.
Imagine telling someone who literally like lost a large majority of their audience because they started speaking in favor of like LGBTQ rights and their audience wasn't feeling that. So like they lost a large majority of their audience, and even after their audience left, instead of doing an about face and pandering to try and get their audience back, they stood their fucking ground. Okay? Not only that, I'm not one to play like the id poll card, and I'm technically not going to do it now, but I'm a queer creator. I know like I haven't been out all these years or whatever, but I'm a queer creator. What makes you think I would be disingenuous about my support for LGBTQ rights as a queer creator myself? It doesn't make sense, Rich.
Disingenuous? What do you mean?
Yes. It absolutely was. Dude,
So you
dude,
can't make
chaser.
you can't make a valid argument. So you're just gonna call me.
Keldo says it's true. He's extremely gay. I've seen it. It's true. Me and Keldos, we talk all the time about wanting such tips. This is true.
Like a grifter? Is that the angle you're going with?
That's a very valid argument.
Can you?
How am I okay? How am I a grifter? I walked away from a channel that was like making me. I mean, I didn't. Let me clarify. I didn't walk away from my channel. Unlike Rich, I'm still on my channel, but I walked away from content that was generating me thousands of dollars a month because I wanted to stand by my principles. Okay. The majority of my old audience left me because they didn't agree with my opinions on these things, and they left me, and I'm still here, still speaking out for LGBTQ rights to this day after losing literally thousands of dollars a month by doing so. Where's the grift? All right. Where am I grifting? Okay. Where's all this grift money that I'm supposed? Is the check in the mail or something and I just haven't received it yet? Because I could really use that money, but like, where's the grift? You're not a grifter. The only grifters that I know of are Rich and Hassan. Those are the only grifters I know of. I don't know if I'd go as far as to call like Hassan a grifter. I just think he's an idiot. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation.
Explain to me where the grift is then, because I literally like lost my career by standing by my fucking principles, and I still haven't backed down.
You wanted Keffels to fart in your fucking mouth. You stood by nothing.
I don't get this. I don't get this. The only people thinking about like me being like intimately involved with Keffels are all these fucking freaks that obsess about like me and Keffels, right? We've never thought about anything like that. We don't have conversations about stuff like that. But for some reason, all these fucking weirdos that have a massive fucking hate boner for us are constantly obsessing about this. You know, they're writing in their heads this fan fiction about me and Keffels having some kind of weird intimate relationship with each other. It's really fucking weird, and it's really fucking gross. Like, what is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Nothing.
You know, that's really fucking weird. Like, what is it with you people and like fantasizing about my relationship with like my friends? Like, you're the only one that's thinking that way. It's really fucking weird.
You literally get caught publicly on Twitter simping for.
Yeah, Gayfesh, it kind of does. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna, you know, bitch and moan and complain about that, but like realistically speaking, it kind of does. You know?
For chicks all the time. Stop it. All the time. I'm not talking. You were literally.
Aren't you the one that's been in a lot of girls' DMs too, by the way?
What are you talking? Whoa!
I've had close friends of mine who are women come to me and talk about how he used to get like slide up in their DMs and stuff. So this is true. I can't say because I promised them I wouldn't like, you know, out them for it or whatever. But like, I know about this. This is a thing that's happened. So he'd better hope that none of these women come forward and share it, because he knows this is true. Not only that, but like Jay used to apparently manage his like Twitter account. And like Jay has talked about the fact that when he was logged into the account, he saw him in DMs with girls. So like, he'd better hope these DMs don't come out, because I know they exist. Jay knows they exist.
I know you've been in a lot of girls' DMs. I know this for a fact. You better hope they don't come forward and prove that you're lying when you say you're not.
It's not my place to share them, so I'm not going to share them. I'll leave that up to these girls if they decide they want to share them. But Jay's publicly talked about this too, how he had access to Rich's Twitter account, and Jay has talked about how he saw Rich sliding into lots of girls' DMs. Lots of girls' DMs.
Whose DMs have I been in? And what if
it's not my place? It's not my place to say, so I'm not going to say. But you better hope these girls don't come forward.
No. You said it, so say.
My only point with this was that like this motherfucker shouldn't be throwing stones in glass houses. He talks all that shit about me, and like he's literally been sliding into DMs with girls too.
I mean, even Jay, who said he had access to your account, said that he saw you in DMs with girls.
Pause. Stop pontificating.
Didn't they say recently on? I think it was on. I want to say it was Camelot stream that like some like editor for someone talked about being like him sliding into her DMs too. Hey Tippy, how come you're not sliding into my DMs? I mean, if you want me to, I could. If you want me to, I could.
Say something that they said that I said was terrible right now. You don't have to say a name. You could just say it right now.
Yeah, it was
I don't know what the
stream?
fuck you said to them, but like I know you were sliding.
Who was it that said that? Was it Camelot that had an editor, or like he knew someone who had an editor that they said he slid into their DMs too?
In the DMs with girls.
So I'm not the only one saying this. I'm not the only one saying this. And the only reason why I said anything to begin with is because I saw that Jay had said something about it. And then I saw like later on that Camelot had said, I'm not the only one talking about this shit because it's true. He totally has.
So like,
so what?
How you gonna like throw stones when you live in a glass fucking house, my guy?
I've talked to Destiny. I've talked to Destiny.
That's it?
FOMO.
Just Destiny FOMO?
No,
just
I've
Destiny
talked to
FOMO.
No, I've talked to others too. But what did I say? That was so damning. I don't send pictures. I have conversations with people. I don't simp. I do not simp.
So how are you gonna talk about like somebody like talking to girls or whatever when you do the same fucking thing?
Because you're like, oh wait, you're so dude. You literally like say sexual things. You used to DM someone at 2 a.m. I never did any of that shit. That's the fucking difference.
You haven't. You haven't.
I have Yes, I
you
have.
Haven't. Okay.
I haven't.
You better hope that that doesn't come out.
Hey, Keldos, just so you know, when like we joke about touching tips with each other, according to Rich, that's a real thing. I actually do want to touch tips with you. Never mind that the fact that you don't have a tip for me to touch. But apparently Rich thinks that that's for real. That when I joke, you and I joke with each other about touching tips, you know, the tip that you don't have, that's a real thing that really, you know, is going to happen.
You better hope that doesn't come out.
Say what was in the DM without giving a name right now, or you're full of shit.
It was an old Camelot mod. So even Camelot has an old mod of his that was saying it. Even Camelot has an old mod of his. So like everybody, like he's just sliding in the DMs of so many girls. Tippy touched my tip. You weren't supposed to tell anyone about that, Jazz. Shh.
Shit. Say it.
No, it's not my place to say anything, but all I'm saying is you better hope that these women don't come forward. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying.
Then you don't have anything then. If they don't have something to show either, you don't have anything.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where
you better hope it doesn't come out, my guy. Because even Jay said when he had access to your Twitter account, he saw you in the DMs with girls. So, okay.
Okay. So what the fuck is the big deal?
I mean, you're the one who brought up like sliding in people's DMs and shit. So I'm just saying, like,
Tipster,
you don't really, you don't belong in, like, you shouldn't be throwing stones in a glass house, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Here's what I'll do. You can watch one of your documentaries with me. You could come on a stream with me, and we'll see how.
He's not on the stream right now. I was on his stream earlier. He like basically challenged me to come on his stream and have a conversation with him. I guess he thought I wouldn't have the balls to actually call in. So like I called in. So I'm uncomfortable by this tip touching talk. Welcome to my stream where we talk about all the saucy bits. That's just kind of what we do here.
How they compare. Well, why don't you do that?
What the fuck does it matter? The whole point of like a lot of those videos is
see this whole conversation was just deflection. Instead of addressing any criticisms I've had of him, he goes to this dumb shit about like, hey, why don't you come on my stream and we'll watch one of the exposed videos on you? And it's just like, what the fuck is that going to accomplish? Can you explain to me like what that's going to accomplish? That has fuck all to do with what we're talking about right now. It's all just deflection.
Trying to prove that like I cheated on my wife. Meanwhile, I just celebrated 11 years of marriage with my wife, and you're lonely, sad, and pathetic.
Oh,
I'm not. But listen to me a second.
You got a wife. You got a wife. You got somebody that you're in a long-term committed relationship with? Because I sure as hell do.
Oh,
and you're still online.
The last time I was watching you have a meltdown on stream, I was sitting next to my wife while having dinner while watching you lose your fucking mind.
What does that have to do with what you're saying right
now? Because you're a sad, lonely, pathetic loser, and the only reason you're failing right now is because you need to log off and you need to get your shit together. Okay, so like. Good luck to you.
Pause
Best
1 second.
Of luck to you, Rich.
No.
But you look like a fucking clown.
You don't get to end. He just pulled a fucking Phil.
Yeah, there was something I wanted to like ask him about. That's pretty much the end of the conversation. But like, the one thing I wanted to ask him about is like, First of all, he said he was going to go on hiatus or whatever until the election. He was going to do an election stream. He's since done 2 more of these meltdown streams where he just made himself look like an ass. And apparently he did a 3rd one tonight after the one where he shit on me and Minxie. And he did another one where he was like shitting on Camelot or whatever, which maybe we'll take a look at that after this. But like, not only that, but he says he wants to cover politics now. Okay, politics. And knowing him, he doesn't talk a whole lot about politics in the past, but he has shared a little bit of his political views in the past. He seems to be somewhat progressive. And I'm sorry, like, does Rich really think that after getting exposed for trying to screw his editor out of thousands of dollars, and then doing a live stream for 5.5 hours where he slut-shamed his ex-girlfriend, do you think that a bunch of lefty streamers are really going to accept him and welcome him with open fucking arms after that? Now, that's not to say that, like, Rich, can't, like, own up to his mistakes and take accountability, and maybe somewhere down the line, he can, basically rehabilitate his image or whatever. It's possible for sure. But like, this just happened less than a week ago. Okay? This isn't something that happened years ago and a bunch of like, woke schooled lefties dug it up and said, "What do you have to say about this, Rich?" This happened less than a week ago. Okay? Do you think any leftist streamer is gonna, like, welcome you with open arms when you just did that shit? Of course not. Like, what the fuck? Dude's just, he's lost the fucking plot. Like, it's insane. But, yeah, that's pretty much where the conversation went. I went from having genuine empathy for Rich and thinking this guy's probably not mentally well, and that's why he's doing a lot of the dumb shit he's doing. But honestly, at this point, fuck him. Like, everything that's happening to him is his own fucking fault. Like, it's a shit show. Like, get your shit together, bro. Log the fuck off for a bit. Take a break or something. Because what you're doing right now ain't it fucking, bro. You're just making yourself look like an ass clown.